Welcome back to another edition, a championship edition of the United Fútbol Podcast here on Salt City FC. We're running down towards the end of the season for Utah United W League team, USL W League franchise, the first-year franchise that will play its final game this Saturday. But don't worry too much, fans of the franchise, because it's the final game for the entire league. It is the USL W Final, hosted by Utah United at BYU Southfield this Saturday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You can get your tickets right now if you go over to BYU Tickets, BYUtickets.com, I think is the email or the URL. You can pick them up, reserve as many as you want, full stadium, 4,200 seats, grandstand, all of that stuff. Should be an excellent atmosphere. And in the vein of excellent atmospheres, I wanted to bring on for, I guess, this championship edition of the pod, a very special guest. She is a plays a little bit everywhere. I've seen her play out on the wing. I've seen her tuck in centrally a little bit. She gets up the field, scored an absolute banger in one of the last regular season home matches for this Utah United side. You may know her as a former Lone Peak High star turned BYU-Hawaii collegiate player, and we'll get into a little bit what she's been doing since then. Formerly McKenzie Evans, now McKenzie Evans-Tostado. Joining me for one last pod here on United Fútbol. Kenzie, thanks so much for joining me.
Oh, I am happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Kenzie, let's dive right into it, because what has this week been like for you as you and Utah United get ready to host the USL W Final? Did you expect to be in this position when you guys started the year?
I mean, it's like hard to say. I feel like me stepping in and playing, I'm like, oh, Ellie Wahlberg's here. Oh, Seven Castaigne's here. Oh my gosh, like all these amazing players. So I'm looking at it like we're stacked. We're like ready to go. But then you just never know what other teams are bringing to the table and whatnot. I think as the season progressed, I was like, oh, we got like something special. And there's nothing more I love than a group of girls who want to step up and compete. Like just being competitive is just like so fun. And I feel like that's kind of a rare thing, which is sad. But like everybody on the team from like training to games, like everyone's wanting to compete. They're like, we're competing like through and through the whole from minute one to the end of training to the end of games. So I think in that way, I knew there was going to be something. We were going to go far. Like we had the potential to do it. But I think when you like look back and you're like, oh my gosh, out of, I think they said there's 96 teams to be like, we're the ending too. Like that's pretty wild, pretty crazy. So I would say like, yes, I knew we had something special, but did I really think inaugural year, like everyone just kind of coming together, like we were going to do it? Like that's pretty crazy. So I don't know. Yes and no, I guess I would say, like, I don't know. So it's been so great though.
It's funny that you bring up these current young aspiring pros, college soccer stars in their own right. The Seven Castaignes, the Ellie Walbrooks, the Bella Devies of the world that you've been able to play with and that you kind of looked at as like, this team is pretty stacked. And I imagine in some sense a lot of those girls were also going, oh, and by the way, we've also got Kenzie Evans, now McKenzie Evans-Tostado, obviously joining our club as well, because you were sort of in the position that these girls were. I don't want to give away too much about you, but a couple years ago, you are not currently a Division I college soccer player. You were a college soccer player not too long ago. Wrapped up your career at BYU-Hawaii, team captain over there after an absolutely incredible high school career at Lone Peak. Played on some awesome teams. They're here in the great state of Utah. What kind of brought you in to sort of show the young guns, I guess, a little bit about what you can do and maybe what real football looks like from an established veteran?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that you say that because, I mean, everybody has their insecurities, right? And I feel like my game comes from my athleticism. So like and I know that. Like I know my greatest asset is like I'm athletic and I can like really like utilize and capitalize on that. So in that way, and like through my career and stuff, and since I have been like out of college and whatever, I've really kind of just like lived in that space of like optimizing my performance like on and off the ball. And I think that is like one thing I know that I can like really like teach, and I want to teach like kids. Like I'm like, okay, you guys are in college, you guys, like I want to be an example of like be me, but be me like when you guys are in college. Like I wasn't where I am now in college, and I would love for them to like take the knowledge or use my example and then use it in like a position of playing Division 1 soccer, right? Don't use it like 7 years after you're gone, you know, like me. But I think they've also taught me so much though. So it's like a double-edged sword. Like I think I've learned so much from all of them. And there's so many different styles of play through like an Ellie Walbrook and like a Seven Castaigne and a Debbie Dudley and a Bella Woods and Caitlin Richens playing center back. Like everyone's playing such a different style of play that I'm like picking up and learning pieces as I go, which is amazing learning this late in the game for me. But I think like myself stepping in here, I would just say like the fitness athleticism part of it is where I've tried to really like that's how I've been able to like shine and stay in like the game. So I don't know, that would probably be the biggest piece I brought to the table, but I've just learned so much. I feel like if anyone's benefited more, it's been me, which has been amazing to like kind of like continue to learn like this far out of my college years and stuff. It's been amazing that way. So that's what I'd say.
Well, and I think it's great that you bring up kind of your athleticism and what you've been able to do, because again, you're not a Division 1 soccer player right now. Full disclosure, we're actually catching up with Kinsey while she's in the middle of a training run right now. I believe she's running a marathon, and I'm not going to ask her to confirm or deny that because now it's on the internet, so that means it's true. She's currently running a marathon.
Everything is true.
Yeah, everything's a marathon also in Kinsey's life right now. I
True.
think. But that kind of dovetails a little bit into sort of what you've been doing since college. You currently own your own training company, KNZ Training, right
Yep.
here in Utah. You've done some work with Hush Intermountain as well. After getting your degree, I think it was in exercise, personal training, kind of that sort of thing, at BYU-Hawaii. So just kind of catches up, sort of what you've been up to, I guess, since your collegiate soccer days kind of ran down. What have you been up to since let's see, I'm trying to do the math and look it up right now. I think you were the class of 2016 at BYU?
2015, 2016, I believe.
I'm bad at math. It's journalism degree.
Right.
I don't do math very well. Yeah.
It's a while ago.
Yeah. So kind of catches up what you've been up to besides obviously coming out and showing the young kids how it's done on the soccer pitch.
Oh, it's done. Yeah, well, it has been a whirlwind, to say the least. I graduated with a degree, like you said, in exercise science and sports medicine. I worked at the Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, so Tosh, for like a good chunk of 7 years in their sports performance. And at that time, I was also playing for RSL Women, which funny enough, Mark Davis was the head coach, who he's really obviously integrated with United. And so I was playing for RSL W, working in their sports performance. So just like learning everything there is to learn about mechanics and everything. And I love that stuff. I love it. So kind of just staying in the soccer world, playing through RSL W when they had it before the Royals were kind of really established here. And then since then, just WPSL has only been the only thing kind of for adult soccer here. So played a few WPSL leagues, and then in that time frame I had my kids, which I have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and then my 2-year-old turns 2 actually on game day on Saturday, so that's fun. So like within all of my children, I just, to kind of keep my sanity and to just like stick with things that I know, I played for as long as I could when I was pregnant, and I just like stayed fit, and I got lucky. Like I was able to like move when I was pregnant. Some people have awful pregnancies. I was able to just stay moving, which was amazing. So then I've just kind of been playing summer leagues. And so we get to this year, I was talking to Nuno and I'm like, dude, I'm not having kids right now. I'm not pregnant. It's been the first time in like 3-4 years that I haven't been pregnant. So I wanna do something. Like I still have this skill. I've still worked so hard to just like stay fit and everything. And I couldn't live with myself thinking, man, like in 10 years, I'm like 40 and I'm gonna say like, oh, I thought I was old when I was 30 and I was so capable. And now I'm sitting here 10 years later, like, okay, well now I really can't do anything, you know? So I just yeah, I've got to this place where I was like, okay, I want to like take it serious. I want to see if I can like really compete. Can I compete with high level Division 1 soccer players right now and hopefully get a springboard to go do something bigger and better? And that's kind of where kind of Nuno brought me in and was like, all right, like I'm giving you the shot. Like step up, let's go, you know? And which I'm just so grateful that they kind of let me be in. I'm just like the oddball. I'm way older than everybody else, but it's like the girls have been amazing. And yeah, now we're just walking into the championship. Like it's been for me, it's been just like such a dream. So yeah, so my life has been college, lots of work. I've loved what I've done, creating my own training company after I went to Tosh, like you said before, and then just kind of staying sharp with it through RSLW, WPSL leagues, and now with United. So it's been a good ride. It's been lots of like ups and downs, but it's been so fun.
Could you have imagined? I mean, take me back to I don't know if we were thinking about this in high school. Maybe you were thinking about this in college. So take me back to like kind of your sophomore, junior year in college. Could you have imagined still competing with high level, either professional or semi-professional soccer, which is where you're at right now, kind of competing on this level? So, I mean, so decently removed from your collegiate career. Did you ever think like this is going to be me? I'm going to be that, you know, that soccer player going until I'm 35, 40, 45, 50. You know, maybe you're still signing up for the local WPSL team when you're 60 years old. Like, could you have imagined kind of being that person, I guess?
No, not really. I mean, I feel like my development in the game was kind of so like postponed in a way that I always thought to myself, I never was the girl who was necessarily like obsessed with soccer. Like I was like everything, but I was. And then after I kind of lost the like out of college, I was like, dang, I don't want to lose this. So then, you know, like I just kept, but I didn't think it was really going to, like I was going to stay at such a high competitive level. It was never a goal of mine. Like, okay, I'm going to be X age and I'm going to be still competing high. I just did it because I loved it. Like, I'm like, I love it. I'm not really ready to give it up. And my body's not failing me. It's sticking with me. I'm like, everything's moving smooth. Like, I feel fine. I feel great. So might as well just like, keep on that road. So it never was really like a thought of like, oh yeah, there's a big goal. I always wanted to play professionally. Like that's always been like a goal of mine and like is still like basically why I'm still doing everything is to see if I have a chance and to say that I tried. I don't want to ever step into a space and even just be an example for my kids. I don't want to be like, oh, I was too old. You know, I'm like, oh, I can't say that until I've actually tried. And then if that's the feedback, okay, that's the feedback, right? But so yeah, I never thought I was gonna be here really, but being here, I'm like, there's no place I'd rather be. Like it's been so great. So great.
Well, and I love that because there's kind of this sort of like never give up on your dreams sort of mentality, I think, to, you know, the past decade plus of your career of like somebody who just keeps wanting to I mean, like you said, to never be able to say like I didn't try that. Like what would have happened if I had just X? And I think there's a lot of inspiration that can kind of be taken out of sort of that mantra, I guess, as well as and we've kind of been skipping over it. So let's dive into this a little bit. This sort of has to do with your soccer career, but a little bit on a personal note. You are also a mom of 3 kids, and somehow you're finding time for this high-level semi-pro soccer team right now, while you've got 3 kids, all 4 and under, I think you said.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is mind-boggling to me a little bit right now. Like, how do you sort of juggle that life? And maybe has there been something that you've been able to learn through your marriage, through motherhood, whether it's time management, whether it's kind of just managing your training activity and that kind of thing, that has maybe made you a better soccer player in some ways?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, number one thing to be able to make what I'm doing possible is my amazing like husband. Like he's dad, he stays home. I don't have to worry about my kids. Like he's amazing, and we've organized like a time frame where, I'm training, but then I come home and I get to be with the kids. Like we've set it up and it's been like a dream, and he's been a dream. So first of all, it's just big shout out to the hubby. He's been a phenomenal and has been amazing. So that's a big, like, I'm so lucky to have that support. So I guess it's in that bigger picture, it's just an amazing support system that I've been able to have. Learning things. One thing, surprisingly, looking back through pregnancy and like going through like just the whole process of having a kid, you're kind of thrown into this, like, you have to do something very hard. Like if you want a child, like you have 9 months of not very fun experiences, and then you go through the whole process of having your child, and then like it's hard. It's so hard. And doing that like 3 times, kind of all back to back to back, I kind of realized, wow, like I can do hard things. I can do very hard things. Like I had to do it, and I could step up and I could do it. And I think that like those experiences really kind of gave me that confidence to be like, I can continue to do hard things. Like I can step up, I can train hard, I can, and I can step up and let my insecurities go, and I can fight and do hard things, still being like this old and whatever. So in that like personal way, I've really realized that like mental shift was something that I didn't have before I had my kids, that going through the experiences gave me, which I'm so grateful for, just for like a lifelong learning. And you mentioned like time management is a big thing. People ask me, oh, like, don't you like work out like 2 hours a day? Like, aren't you spending like so much time like working out and training? And I'm like, no, I've been able to figure out, and I think this comes with like age and experience, we'll just say, like I've like really figured out, okay, what does my body work well with? What do I need to do and to get like my body into like peak performance, let's say, and I can do it. I can do it in 45 minutes. I can get like a great workout in an hour. I'm done max. And so that way I've tried to, because of like my kids, I'm not just like wasting time. I've been learned to be very efficient, and it's like awesome. I don't have to spend hours in the gym, and I can stay super fit and super sharp. So it's taught me a lot, to say the least, right? It's taught me a lot of things, which has been so great to be able to just like transfer the learning into different like facets of my life.
Well, and all of that you've been able to learn, both for your own personal training and your own development as a high-level soccer player, and maybe even future professional soccer player, because you're not past that prime yet where you can, if there's anybody listening, anybody with the Utah Royals, any NWSL clubs, any of the, USL Super League teams want to come in and maybe bring in Kenzie for a tryout, like we can make that happen. Let's make it happen. Let's set it up.
Let's make
I'm just
it happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that out into the universe just for karma's sake right now. Kenzie.
Do it. Yes, throw it out.
But again, I mentioned this before, and let's give a plug to your company. It's KNZ Training. You're the owner and head trainer out there, and it sounds like this is a kind of a place where you can, if somebody wants to figure out, like, hey, maybe it's a new mom, or a new multi-child mom. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you know what I'm saying?
It's all works, yes.
They want to figure out how to kind of get their body back, how to get back into like the right fitness, whether it's to become a professional soccer player or just getting more fit. Like, how can they reach out to you? Is there, give me a little bit of a plug, a little bit of a pitch for people to reach out to you with kind of some of these tips that you've been able to pick up, I guess.
Yeah, I have like social media is a big outlet, but it's just KNZ Training is my handle, both on Instagram and on TikTok. And that's probably the best way to like initially just go ahead and DM me, tell me your story, and then we can always like connect from there. And I want to be a huge like education piece and voice of like everything I've learned. I'm like, I don't want to keep it in just my head and just keep it for myself. Like, I would love to spread the knowledge and the education for getting back to whatever your goal may be, because it's if there's anything that I want to be is the example of like, yeah, you can do it. If you want to get back to whatever shape it is that you want to, or you have a dream like we've been talking about, like there's a path. We got to build the path. There's a foundation to build, but I want to be a part of that and share the knowledge that I've learned, because it doesn't do me any good to just keep that information swimming in my own head. Like, I definitely want to like share that piece. So yeah, KNZ Training. The handles are on, like I said, TikTok or on Instagram. That's probably the best way.
She is McKenzie Evans-Tostado. Check out her company KNZ Training at KNZ Training on Instagram, on TikTok. Get in touch, get connected. I may be sliding into some of those DMs to maybe set up a little bit. I got to get myself back into shape some as well. And we've been talking about age so far. I just wanted on the record, Kenzie's not old. I am older
Thank
than McKenzie Evans. I actually covered her prep career briefly, so that's how old I am. She is not old in any way, even if she is beyond the college soccer player days, and a mom of 3 kids. But the story is incredibly inspiring. The story continues. It's not over. I think it's awesome, and it will continue to this Saturday, July 19th at BYU Southfield, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You can get tickets over at the BYU Ticket Office, BYUtickets.com. Come out, support Kenzie, support her teammates over at Utah United. McKenzie Evans-Tostado, thanks so much for joining me for a couple of minutes to share your story some. And let's either get you that training contract with an NWSL club or just get you a little bit more business KNZ Training. That sound good?
Yes. Either way, love it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Future Utah Royals. I'm seeing you as an outside back. Can you play left back? How's your left foot?
It's pretty good. I mean, if you'd ask my coaches about not last game, but the last game, they would say not great. But it is good. It is great. And I know that assist to
Ellie Walbrook in the semifinal did come off your right foot, I guess, technically. So
that is true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Maybe we'll put you at right back over there. Future Utah Royals right back. McKenzie Evans-Tostado. Again, not reporting anything, just throwing that energy into the universe, trying to manifest something here. Kenzie, thanks so much for joining me. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks.